Guys, I just wanted to do this video because a lot of people around me do agree with this ban. And I was like, what? Why? And as a person who creates for social media for so long and actually loves it, I wanted to talk about this.
What was your screen time over the weekend?
9 hours.
9 hours. So suddenly you're going to have a lot more time to fill. And what will you do?
Stare at a wall.
Okay.
Why are we taking social media from young people? To me, social media was a place where I found my community, where I I I I didn't know if I was who I was. I I actually found really lovely people on the internet, and I was able to come out as queer to my friends, and I don't think I could ever do it if social media didn't exist, because I wouldn't know other people's stories. I think it's important to know social media, it's a great way to create community. It's a great way. And I found mine in some way. So yeah, I think that's one positive. One point people give to ban social media, they say it's because it's because social media makes young people anxious, but isn't that the whole world? Like, I feel like the whole world is more anxious, not only because of globalization, but we shouldn't ban social media because people are more anxious. We should teach people how to use it, and in some ways, our kids are gonna become our parents if we're not training them to use social media. Imagine people under I have social media since I have what, 10, but I only posted to my family and for games. Actually, I loved games. I will have to show it here. Facebook was really cool to have perks on the games. Either way, digital literacy is so important. We need kids to be taught how to use social media. How would they know how to differentiate fake news and real news? How will they know how to differentiate AI and real people? There are some factors here to consider. This could go a wrong way because people are not being taught how to move in social spaces online. Do you think it's not important to know how to use your voice and your image, and maybe I don't know, even commenting on other posts? It's important. Imagine 16-year-old teenagers going through social media for the first time. I would be a hater. I would hate on everyone if I was my first time. You need to be careful and to teach them how. I do believe addiction is a real problem, but instead of banning it completely, I think we should know how to use it. I believe we should know how to set screen time limits. I believe we should know how to create boundaries, healthy boundaries on social media. We should know how to choose the people we follow. We should know, actually, right now, we can choose our algorithm. On Insta, for example, you choose your algorithm if you want. So that's a way to learn, that's a way to grow as a person. I do believe social media can be used as a great tool. It can provide educational content, like it democratizes education, like, and knowledge. There's so many people who don't have some knowledge, and people actually are giving it for free in social media. So that's great. I do believe social media is great to create communities. As I said, social media can raise your awareness to other problems in other realities. You can know other cultures and make you grow as a person. You can be more cultured as a person. That's a whole perk of social media. I do believe the algorithm is actually making us more addicted. And as I said, social media is not an angel. I do believe social media has its downsides, but I do believe you can choose to educate your algorithm. You can choose how to create your environment online as well. Like, and you can, as I said, you can choose on your Instagram, make you want to see the type of content that you want. Um, you can, in For You page on TikTok, for example, you can choose not interested for them to not show you that type of content if it shows something you don't like. There's so many great ways to use social media, and one of them is not comparing yourself. So I do think you can grow as a person. I do think you can be more cultured, as I said. So yeah, if in some ways you can create a bubble in your whole world online, and I do not think that's healthy. So I do believe you should have a real life, and social media is not your whole life. So I do believe we should know how to balance social media and the real life. We should have real time for ourselves, and we should touch some grass sometime. And yeah, kids need to touch some grass as well. I do believe kids should have the most extracurricular things to do, because I loved having things to do as a kid, obviously. And yeah, but social media is not making you worse as a person, and as a kid or a teenager, I don't think so. I don't believe this ban is gonna stop any kid to use social media if they want, because being realistic, like every kid will manage to do it. Every kid will manage if they actually want to see it. Every kid will manage. Like, kids know how to create their ways. Either way, maybe they'll create another social media. People who accept or who are pro this ban of social media in London, in the UK, are actually the people who believe every kid is being an influencer, wants to be an influencer. And like, obviously, kids want to be an influencer because you see like so many people doing what they love and having financial freedom and having so many things, obviously. But like, we should teach them. That's like almost an illusion. Like, and there and there's a lot of people who are doing content creation, and they don't win anything, and they just don't gain money. So maybe if you want to do two things together, maybe you can manage it. Like, people usually say, where's the doctors at? There's influencers, there are doctors as well, don't you? And talking about this, I always I have one question in my mind. Would I give my kid social media in the future? And that's actually a hard question because as a first thought you think no, they're not gonna have social, but like I don't think that would be really bad if I had like parent control on their phones and socials. Like if I was monitoring everything they were doing, I think it would be safe. I would do everything for them to be safe. And yeah, if you don't agree with something I've said, or if you don't agree with the ban in general, please comment. Let's chat about it. Let's discuss it. I would love to. So, yeah, thank you, and see you in another video.